And that's a good afternoon to all you guys. Do you like my new little intro music while I get myself sorted? We have no guest this week, as you can see, it's just myself. So, welcome to those of you who are watching live. If you are listening, hello, I hope you are well. Don't forget, you can, on that note, you can download our podcast now available on pretty much everything. I sorted it, all good. So, it's not just Apple that get us now. I think it's pretty much everybody, but I'll check that again once I post tonight. So welcome everybody. We got a couple of good topics today. Now again, for those of you that are just tuning in, get me T's and C's out of the way. I will be posting things throughout the week on Hair Socials, the official page. If you see these things, these are probably the things that we're going to be talking about in next week's episode. So on that note, this week's episode, we have a dead time of the year. I don't care, big salons, fair play to you if you can keep busy at this time of year because it's hard. November coming up. But Christmas is coming up, so we need to maximise this. Now, I've been thinking of things over the last year, to be honest with you. But how can we maximise the amount of people that come in, number one, and number two, the spend? Have you noticed that the spends are going slightly down? I dare say it, but we'll see what you guys think. Those of you that are in the chat now, live watching, this is an interactive podcast, so make sure you get yourselves in. It goes live pretty much between 12 and half past every Tuesday, live on Facebook and YouTube. So if you are there, please hit the share button, guys, and we'll get straight into it. So yeah, that's a good one. So we're going to start off this week with the banner of the week. Now, last week, if anyone who's listened to the podcast, there's a couple of hundred of you at least that I remember last time I checked. I didn't announce that banner of the week. Absolute manned F by me, so I apologise for that. Me and Rosie were having such a good chat that I forgot to do the T's and C's, so apologies. Positives of today of having no guests, because Rosie unfortunately didn't have any headphones last week. You could hear a bit of feedback, but the sound quality should be pretty good today. So let's have a look at it. So we have the banner of the week. So this I have to say before we go into it. Let me just get you the thing. We had so many people with such good imagery this week. This was one of the hardest ones for imagery. So if you've won today, and if you haven't won, do not be phased by it, because I think everyone pulled their A game out today. I'm pretty sure not all of these haircuts could be done in 1 week because they were that good. And then we shared it out and said to the community, let's have a go. Go on, you lot pick. Next week I might pick it, but this week we put it out to the community on Hair Socials, and you guys were incredible. There were hundreds of votes. There were one picture, the winning picture had 150 plus votes. And the runners-up were not far behind that. So there were multiple hundreds of votes for every image. That's how good it was this week. So well done to you guys that have entered. And if you want to enter, it's on every Monday between the hours of 9 a.m. and 9 p.m, providing I don't forget it. So it's 9 p.m. deadline, let's put it that way. So yes, guys, so today we have South Lake Salon. You used Neil and Wolf, and the winner was chosen by you guys, the hairdressing community. So well done to the South Lakes Salon. Beautiful image. I think the image, the backdrop, everything about this is what made this one win, as well as having beautiful hair, of course. So well done to the South Lakes Salon. So if you could just share this video for me, that would be awesome, as it does take all my time up on a Monday doing this sort of stuff. So thank you guys, well done for voting, and well done to you who won it. Oh, my camera's gone out of focus now, it's not been looking at me. And we're back. So yeah, again, for those of you that can't do it. So, we're going to talk about things. And I come up with, I ain't come up with it, tell a lie. I've seen a few times businesses, and this is builders that I've seen more of using it. Klarna. So you've heard of Klarna, haven't you? Well, there's other websites available. So don't just think Klarna, but I'm using Klarna because it's the most common known one. You see it on ASOS, things like that. Now, why don't we bring that into our businesses? Because I've seen builders doing it. So you want a new bathroom suite fitting, it's 500 quid. People are now getting it on a Klarna-based model. And I think, why can't we do this for hairdressing terms? Now, I've had a chat with my missus about it, and we've been looking at what are the pluses and negatives of it. Now, the negatives are you have to itemise pretty much what the service is that you are giving. So if you've got a full head of hot foils that ranges between £80 to £120, depending on how long and thick and everything, how are we going to charge for that? So there's your negative point. Your positives, however, are people, like last week, for example, we had a client, and it's not to name a shame, this client, but it's so frustrating. So she books in at 10 o'clock. No, it was 9:30. It was 9:30 in the morning. So it got to 20 to 10 and she hadn't turned up. So we messaged. Oh, we got a good comment there. Sorry, that put me off. So yeah, we've been. We messaged her saying 20 to 10 minutes late, unfortunately. Are you still making your appointment? She had a full colour cut, you name it. She had the full works. So she says, oh, I'm really sorry, I haven't been able to get in touch with her. We were in. And a child isn't well. Unfortunately, she's not going to be able to make it. So we turn over and said, no problem. That's fine. There's nothing you can do about that. Would you like to rebook? She then replies with, I don't know my time's available yet. Can I get back to you? So he said, yeah, that's fine. So we're a bit deflated, but you don't want to make clients not want to come back as much as you do want to get that money in as well. So anyway, 10 o'clock, we get a phone call. Can you fit me in today for a cut? So our child was ill, she couldn't make the full colour in a cut, but can you fit her in today for just a cut? So we then was a bit deflated. Lorna, who's the senior stylist, couldn't fit her in at all for the rest of the day. But we have a newer stylist, and she said, yeah, I can fit you in for just a cut. What time would be best for you? We sorted out a time. And she didn't turn up. She didn't even turn up. So now she's made 2 appointments. She's not turned up. And what was potentially around about £80 to £100 bill, then went down to a £28 bill that then ended up being a zero bill. And then there's the morals of is a kid ill? Is she struggling? Is she just messing? I mean, from my point of view, she's just messing, because how can you not be there for a full cut and colour but be available for just a cut? Let me know what you guys think in the chat. I'm sure you guys have had stuff like this before. Do you think she's pulling a fast one? I personally do. So yeah, anyway, South Lake Salon have said, yeah, well done. Well done to you. You've a stunning image. Well done. That's South Lake Salon if you want to give her a follow. And then this is a great comment. So the US have been doing this for years. I'm not sure I'm keen. So while I get into the reasons that I thought about it, you tell me why you don't like it, if you would. If in the comments, that would be awesome, and then we could read that back out to the people. And what are the negatives that you found by using this Klarna based thing? Now in the UK, I don't know any other salon that does it. Personally, I'm sure there are salons out there, but personally, I know a lot of salons, and I'm friends with a lot of salons. I'm in a group chat or in WhatsApp. And if you want to be part of a group chat, I'm going to make one. Just hit the subscribe button on Facebook, and we're going to go into that later on. But yeah, we're in a group chat. The most common thing that we do is a 50% upfront deposit. That's fine. That works for some. I don't actually go 50%. I find it hard to get the clients to book their appointments in the first place when they have to pay 50% upfront. Different towns, different places, different affluent areas, etc., etc. In our area, in Burnley, if we charge 50%, we remove the impulse bookings completely. If we charge 20%, we found that we had a similar booking rate with the deposits as we did pre-deposits. So yeah, so we thought about, what about Klarna for hair? So this is a bill. This is a £100 product. People are buying shoes now, trainers at £120 and paying them 3 installments. So the bill of £100, let's not reduce the magnitude of that outlay for a client. It's a lot of money. So I found this. That's the wrong one. Sorry, apologies. For those of you watching, you'll see now I have a screen up. And for those of you who are listening, I'll just read it out for you. So what do you want to pay? So now this bill is for £200. Now a lot of salons around these that watch this will charge £200 for full head of oil. So this is a realistic term for you. And then they can pay in 30 days, and they can pay in 3 periods over a time. Now, I'm just going to get my phone out. So for you guys that are watching this, do you find this interesting? If you want to know more about it, I'm going to read out some information. So, how much does Klarna cost for businesses? The service comes at a steep cost. Now, again, this is Klarna. There are other services out there that do it for you. This is an American website, by the way. Klarna charges merchants 30 cents per transaction, as well as variable fees between 3.2% and 5.5% of a transaction total. This was in September 22. And that's for the merchant, so that's the salon. Then we've got, does Klarna pay the retailer for? This is what I really like. Now, the order is activated by the retailer, and the customer's payment period starts. Klarna pays you, the retailer, upfront in full, and they take care of the rest. So it's as simple as that. Now, we get our money up front. The client pays it in 3 easy payments. We don't have to chase the money. We get the money in full. Now, yes, there's a 3.5% charge. Now, if you're charging £100 for a full head of foils, you charge them 105, you don't see the difference. Now, I think that this is a very... You guys tell me, I'm going to read out the comments in a second, but you guys tell me what you guys think of this. Is this a helpful thing for our clients? Because ultimately, we need to help them spend money nowadays, because we are a luxury service. So I'm just going to remove that for you. So yeah, so Klarna is just one. There are multiple available. I've not done the research to see the names. I couldn't find one. I found one on TikTok that was an English guy on basically reading it out. He was a builder. He was doing a patio for someone. And he said he's never been as booked. I know it's an advert. He's never been just as booked because my clients can pay in installments, but I get the money up front. I think this is a very realistic 2023 business model for hairdressers. It's certainly something that I'm going to be looking into. I just want to know what you guys think. So I'm going to read out a few comments if we can get them. Margaret says, sack the client, for going back to the early one. Southflex Salon. I would imagine it would be hard to do accounting on a short-term basis to be able to forecast earnings to specific weeks, months, because money will be coming in sporadically, surely. Well, yeah, there is that, but then I use Slick, who use Square, I think what they call Square, the card payment thing online. So I get 3 different incomes. I get Slick's deposit thing, I get Square from people that want to pay up front, and then I get my card merchant that's in the salon, and then I get cash. So there's 4 different ways of coming in. So it's already difficult as it is. But I don't know if it will be that hard, because you're still working on numbers that are coming in the salon and per head. So your finances would be per head. It wouldn't be where they're coming in from, if that makes sense. So it doesn't really matter in my circumstance, because I use so many anyway. If you are going completely digital from just cash and card in the salon, there's a lot of things that you will get used to, and it'll take time, yes. But it is genuinely the way that the salon's going. Cashless salons, are we seeing that? I'm seeing it. I remember your Christmas cash thing, and you were giving out percentages, and you're giving your staff bonuses. Nowadays, I can't even give them cash bonuses nowadays. It's purely into their bank. Looking at online, their interest rate is up to 24.99%. Now, again, that's another thing. That's going to bring me on amazingly to my next segment in a second, which I'll bring you on. All booking systems will tell you daily earnings. Yeah, it absolutely will. It absolutely will. Southflex Salon, thank you very much for that. So yeah, looking at the interest rates. Now, again, we're in a group chat. I'm going to read out some of the chat to you. I'm going to keep it anonymous. If you guys want to be part of a group chat where we can talk about business and helping each other in salons and education, everything, YouTube, go over to Facebook. Facebook, go to the official page, hit the subscribe button, and we're going to start making group chat before Christmas. So cost of living crisis is meant to see wholesale prices could end the rocketing energy prices within months. This has been shared into our group page. I'm just going to have a look at it now. But this is somebody's experiences as we speak, talking of interest rates. I've just had my renewal. I could cry. British Gas is up to renewal in January 2023. Been with them 12 years, trying to get a quote for renewal. Electricity, we currently pay $3,600 to $4,000 per year. The new quote is coming back at $17,700. That's like 5 times currently what it is for a gas. You pay $700, and the new quote is $2,617. Now, somebody has tried to jump in and said, do not worry, we've read an article. She shared the article in here, basically saying, don't worry, that there's meant to be something coming up that's meant to drop these rocketing fuel prices. Now, personally, even in just my house, can't wait for that. I've had to turn. I'm in my office at the minute. There's a lot of things that usually on here on standby, fridge, for example. That's all gone off now. So that's just even at my house. And then I thought about, with the rising energy costs, going down to a 4-day week. Now, I've seen big salons that used to be open 7 days a week, now going back down to 6 or 5 days. I'm saying to the 5-day salons, the ones that are watching this, the more common ones, in my salon, we dropped to a 4-day week. We open longer hours. So if you work 9 till 5 on a Monday, that's 8 hours. If you work 4 more days and you add 2 hours to the rest of them days, then your 2 hours would equal only 2 hours less of a day if you're already doing one late night. That's let's call it. So if you're doing one late night, which is an average of 2 hours later than normal, and then you now drop to a 4 day week, you will have to have 2 days, 2 hours to their days. Now, the reason you think, well, why would we do that? Well, it's easier to keep a heated salon warm than it is to regenerate the heat in a salon at the beginning of the day. So instantly you're saving on near enough a full day's worth of gas and electric, because, like I said, the 2 hours that you're adding on to, you might not even have the heating on for them because you're already warm. So that's interesting. Electricity, obviously, you're still going to use electricity. Now, do you want to go back to your salons now and you want to look at your booking systems and you want to say to yourself, how much I know a massive car company, my friend's the manager of it there, and they're basically changing their hours from 9 o'clock till 10 o'clock start, and they're changing from a 7 p.m. finish to an 8 p.m. finish. I think it was that. Anyway, no, they're going down an hour, that was it. So from 7 p.m. finish to a 6 p.m. finish, and that's because they've gone through their books, and they told me this, and he said basically they do not sell cars at first thing in the morning, and they don't sell them at night. It's usually handovers at night. So they're basically saying that even though all the staff are in uproar saying, well, we're losing 2 hours, they're saying, but we don't work in them 2 hours. You don't do anything. And unfortunately, that's the way it is. And even that's a massive, massive car retailer. I don't want to say the name. But I just think that we as small salons probably need to be even more stringent than these companies, because literally our profit margins are our wages, and our wages dropping when prices are going up at home is a no. So yeah, 4 day week. I want to know what you guys think about that. I think it's working very well for us, because more people don't want to come between 9 and 5 on a Tuesday, Monday. They rather come at 5 o'clock on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then a Saturday. You have to add a couple of hours onto that as well, if you want to do that. You know, we all said at the beginning of lockdown that how much we've enjoyed our time at home and how much we're going to change things. And my question for you is, did you change or did you fall straight back in line? Because we did as a salon, definitely. So 4 day weeks, if you are self-employed watching this, you'll know that even if you work 5 days a week, that's 6.5 days a week when you sort out all your bookings and etc. So maybe a 4 day week would be ideal for people like that. Again, let us know what you guys think. South Lake Salon said they already do a 4 day week. How does that work for you? Have you found a difference in your income? Let me know. That would be amazing. Have you found that clients are happier with that? Do you have the same amount of heads per 5 day? Let me know. People need to write to their local MPs. They need to know. And if they are, if they're not oblivious. Sorry, I can't read that wrong. Anyway, yeah. What's this? What if people have bad credit ratings? They can't use it. South Lake Salon, going back to the Klarna idea. Yeah, they can't. Unfortunately, they can't. But then they still have the options to pay like a normal client is paying now. So that we're not saying you can't come in the salon. We're saying that we have another option for you. We are not saying we want all our payments to be on a credit-based scheme. We are saying we're just helping you make another way to get into our salon. We're making it more accessible. And it depends what your clients are and what you want. But I think that my clients would benefit from a payment system. And how many of you are buying Christmas presents coming up? You can't afford £120 sometimes to throw at a hair appointment for your girlfriend, but you might want to take it out on a payment scheme, just like they can do when they go to retailers now and they want to buy the handbags, their favourite pair of shoes, things. I think it's a very realistic way of doing it. So South Lake Salon, going back to the 4 day week, as said, really good. Staff seem to enjoy the break and better productivity in the 4 days. I must admit, we get that as well. So yeah, definitely think that the 4 day week is a good one. So on to a lighter note. If you guys have anything to add to this, put it in the chat. We'll go back to it later on. And I'll come back to it maybe next week. So, have you guys seen this? Now, I'm going to zoom into it. Now, this is $499. We have a lady in the chat from America, so I want to know your views on this. $499. Have you ever seen this? This is not to think it, but I've just wondered how this would work. So, basically, it's for those of you who can't see, it is a floating table that just swivels left to right, and you paint onto it like a big massive spatula or whatever. What they call them things? What they call them? Balayage boards. It's a huge balayage board, and it's coming in at $500. Now, I watched a video of it. If you want to see it, it's called Color Canvas, spelled the American way, COLOR. Color Canvas Systems. And it's on Instagram. They're selling them on there. You can buy them on there. I don't know if they're shipped to the UK, but on there, it's basically a board that swivels left to right for you to have a cleaner workspace. On the video, it shows them clipping clips to it to hold the hair out the way. It does look quite cool. I just don't know if my salon would have the space for this idea. But I'd love to know if you guys watching this have ever used something like this. Balayage boards for me are fingers and thumbs as it is. Balayage boards that are that big is like, it's like, you know, them school tables. It's about the same size as that, in my opinion, for those of you that are listening. So yeah, so have a check that out, guys. I like bringing in a bit of fun to the chat. If you've got one of these, please let me know, because I'd love to see it. And yeah, unfortunately, guys, we didn't have a guest for this week. If you want to be a guest going forward, let me know. Hit subscribe on the YouTube button and Facebook. If you want to subscribe and support the page on Facebook, we are going to set up online benefits for you. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. The new logo, the new VT. Hair Talk seems to stay. No one's come up with a better idea. And we will be back live next week, hopefully with a guest. If not, it's just my drony voice for 22 minutes. But thank you very much, guys. Hope you have a wonderful week and go and smash it.